Hey Pokedad fan club, it's me Pokedad, and um, I'm doing some redoing some commentary on some videos I did because the audio did not work very well for me. So we're continuing to look at Trevenant Break, um, and in this video, um, I think we play the mirror match. Yeah, playing the mirror match. And remember, we're doing this for 2016 Spring Regionals preparation. So I wanted to show you some of the top tier decks and then also show you some battle videos and give you some commentary on them. This one is the mirror match. And if there's one thing that I want you to learn from this video as we go through it, it is knowing when to tree slam and when to silent fear. And this is one of the few places where I think tree slamming made a big difference. Um, Normally I would silent fear a lot, um, but he didn't have a very big bench, so it made it just made it more sense for me to just go ahead and tree slam, um, and it let me get through his deck a lot quicker, get through his Pokemon a lot quicker, knocking him out. One thing about his deck, though, and we'll see in just a moment, is there's going to be a mulligan here, and he's going to show that he's playing hammers. And so I think our deck is more consistent. We don't play as much disruption in our deck, and so I think it just makes more sense for him to play hammers. Play that we're going to have better odds of winning this because he's playing hammers. So his deck isn't quite as consistent. Now, if he wasn't playing against the mirror match and he wasn't playing item lock, hammers would come in really handy for him, giving him even a better chance of winning against other opponents. But in the mirror match, it could be problematic. I see that Team Flare Grunt and a red card also. So if he could get the red card off on us, that could be trouble for us. And also Team Flare Grunt is a supporter, so he could theoretically, take an energy out. But for whatever reason, he doesn't have a lot of Pokemon, so I'm wondering if he's even playing like Wobbuffets in his deck. And if he's not, then that means his mulligan rate goes up because I don't know what else he could have. He definitely was playing metal, and he was definitely playing looked like shamans because it showed that he was playing a psychic and a metal and a colorless deck. So anyway, we see at that point it's Phantump versus Phantump, and he does have the turn one Wally, so he is going to item lock this. So we have a bunch of items in our hand um, that we're not going to be able to use. And he does get the red card. Okay, so now we're in trouble. He also gets a Sycamore. So plays an energy, red cards, and we know he looks like we're in trouble right off the bat with this one. Fortunately, we do top deck um, an in there, or get an in off of the red card, so we're not in terrible position, and we get to knock that Sycamore out of his hand. So that was pretty good. We are able to grab an energy here, allowing us to ascend, so we will have our own Trevenant, and he will be item locked. And do I shaman here? Thing is if it's gonna begin silent fearing, I don't know if I want to have shaman there, or if he gets at least the silent fear off next turn. If I wait until play the shaman until next turn, I save 3 damage counters on the shaman. So and I don't even know that I am going to play it. I don't remember, even at this point, I don't know that I would play it, especially now that I see he's got the Trevenant Break out. He plays his own shaman down, though, and gets him 2 more cards. Does he have a supporter for the turn is a question. It looks like he whiffed on the supporter. And so the question here now is, do we Wally? I go ahead and shaman here. Looking at that again, I may have wallied into the Trevenant Break, but No, actually I probably wouldn't because I didn't have an energy or D-Valley, and I needed one or the other to begin Silent Fearing. So um, here I get both the D-Valley and an energy, and so we don't get the break, but we are able to begin tree slamming here, and so we are able to hit 60, 20, 20. Makes sense, he's only got 2 on the bench, so we go ahead and get that starting. And then he comes back with a Silent Fear, hitting everything for 30. Now, typically in a traditional Trevenant match, you probably do want to be Silent Fearing more than you do tree slamming, especially if the opponent has a large bench. But in this case, since he only has 2 on the bench, it's probably better just to tree slam here. And notice I don't play the Phantom again because I want to delay the. One of the ways you can kind of offset the damage that Trevenant brings is by delaying putting down your Pokemon, and so it kind of offsets all the damage. So now you may have some that are at 60 and some that are 30, some that are 0. So we can go ahead and bench both of these, but we are not going to have any. And again, I guess I hold off on the Phantom. But we're not going to have any supporter for this turn. So we tree slam again. We take out his Trevenant and also his Phantom. So we got a two prize swing here. We get another Phantom and we grab Trevenant Break, which is good. So we have at least a backup break that's not gonna go get knocked out too fast. Of course, it looks like he's probably gonna just use Ascension here, which makes sense. I mean, I would, but it doesn't look like he has an energy drop for the turn. And so now I'm beginning to put him on a clock because you know, if we can tree slam this Trevenant 2 times, the Shaman's getting real close. We can take a 4 prize turn real soon. So he's got to get something going soon. Go ahead and tree slam again because I want to try to get that Trevenant out of the active. Alright, and he does evolve into his Trevenant Break again, so it at least saves him for a little bit, and he's able to AZ the Shaman, so he is able to get a couple things off the board, but again, he whiffs the energy even with such a big hand, and we're just going to tree slam again, meaning that his Trevenant and his Phantom only have 1 turn left. So I probably would bench the Shaman because we know it's in his hand just to keep the game going longer. He finally does get the Silent Fear off, but it's too little too late because now I can take a 2 prize knockout and bench him out at the same time. And so that's what we do. We just tree slam again, taking out his break and his Phantom. And so that's pretty much how it goes, guys. That's the mirror match. Just because I've used Tree Slam in every attack in that battle doesn't mean that you necessarily should use Tree Slam every time. It's, again, the point of this video I want you to realize is to be very careful and really think through the math on whether it's better to Tree Slam or to Silent Fear. In this case, it just made a lot of sense for me to just keep tree slamming because I was able to take out 2 of his Trevenants in basically 5 or 6 turns there. But Silent Fear can take out a whole bench of EXs and breaks in 6 turns. So sometimes it's better to Silent Fear than it is to tree slam. Anyway, guys, if you'd hit like, I'd appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Leave any comments or questions you have below, and also if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. This is PokeDad signing off. Until next time, talk to you later, guys. Bye.